Welcome, everybody. How's everyone doing? Happy Wednesday. Happy Mercury Retrograde. Mercury is, in fact, stationed retrograde. So if your brain is not braining this morning, that might be why. But feel free to say hello. Let us know who's here. We'll talk about Mercury Retrograde and whatever the heck that means. And that's it. Let's see. Jackie says, greetings, lovely friends. Good morning, Patty. Hi, Christine. Hello, Greg. Hi, Sophia. Hi, Michelle. Hello, Bonnie. Lucy. Hello, Jackie and all. 12/12 portal yesterday. Yeah, we had that Sagittarius new moon. 20 degrees of Sag happened yesterday afternoon. Good morning from Courtney. Hi, Joy. Welcome, welcome. Let us know if this is your first time with us. We have Darla back today. If you do not know who I am, my name is Jacqui Mancuso. I'm joining you guys from Northern Illinois, and I come here on Insight Timer a couple times a week, always right at this time, 8:15 Central Time, and we talk about the current astrology, whatever's happening right now, and then we pull some oracle cards to see how we can utilize the energies that are available. Good morning, Liz. I can't remember if I said hi to you yet. Greg says hi to Darla. Darla, Greg says hi. Just like, all right, Mom, I'm licking my foot. That's great. What's up, Greg? Hello, Lori. Marissa, first time. Welcome. Hi, Em. Hi. Oh, Joy says hi to Darla. Christine loves Darla. Darla, I told you, everyone loves when you're here. I tell her that all the time. People love seeing her. So we're here to talk today about Mercury retrograde. Hi, Becky. And I just wanted to make a quick note that we are in the process of like restarting our energy, for a lack of better terms. We went through a pretty hardcore retrograde season. Actually, let me get my notes. So this, I'm not like sponsored by these people or anything, but the ritual journal, these are the people who I do my tarot spread every morning with. But I got this planetary planner last year, and it's been super helpful, actually. But they have this little retrograde chart that shows if it's blue, that means that it was retrograde. So here are the planets, and then these are the months. So you can see like June, July, August, September, October, a lot of blue, a lot of retrograde, right? And now in December, we're starting to clear that out. This is the last month of this heavy retrograde energy. Just as a reminder, it's been a while since I've talked about what's retrograde. We spent some time talking about what has stationed direct, but currently we still have Chiron is retrograde. He's the wounded healer. He's the asteroid. So Chiron will be retrograde until the 26th of December. Jupiter is still retrograde until the 30th of December. We'll talk about how Mercury just stationed direct, and he'll be, or stationed retrograde. Mercury just stationed retrograde. He will go direct on January 1st. So there's 3 that are just like December is going to be a little bit of a slowdown, but then end of December, January, boom, 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 Chiron, Jupiter, Mercury. And then Uranus is still retrograde, but he'll be stationing direct at the end of January. So by the end of January, we will be full steam ahead. I believe we'll have maybe 3 months. I haven't done too much 2024 research yet, but there will be a couple months of full direct energy, which we also had earlier this year. I remember I got really excited about that at the beginning of this year. You could see, look at February and March, all direct, all white. So the same, the end of January, the 18th Mercury station direct, the 12th Mars station direct, 22nd Uranus. So we had all of February, all of March, and most of April, because Mercury didn't station retrograde till the 21st. Yeah, in the same pattern will be happening in 2024. So just know that if you're feeling very bogged down it's the energy of the time. We're supposed to be bogged down right now. Like the sky wants us to be bogged down because our society taught us that we're supposed to be boss babe, grind, hustle. Yeah, F that. F all of that. The nature is telling us to slow down. It's winter. The leaves have fallen off of the trees. Like, how come you still have to perform to maximum capacity? Anyway, today we're talking about Mercury Retrograde. Lynn, that book is from the Ritual people. They make the Ritual Planner, and this was the Planetary Review Workbook from last year. This year. So today we're talking specifically about Mercury retrograde. You're welcome, Lynn. Hi, Diana. So weird. Lynn's comment disappeared about Moonology. I don't understand. I'm looking for patterns. I see comments disappear here on Insight Timer, and I'm looking for patterns. That's interesting. Is it because you asked about my book? I don't have a book. Good morning, Arlene. First time from New York City. Welcome. We're just starting to talk about Mercury retrograde. So Mercury stationed retrograde overnight. So now he appears to be moving backwards in the sky. Mercury right now is at 8 degrees of Capricorn. Sorry, I got a weird hair on my lip. Mercury right now is at 8 degrees of Capricorn, and he will station back to 22 degrees of Sagittarius. And as I mentioned earlier, Mercury will be retrograde until January 1st. So we're closing out the year with a huge mental review. Mercury is the planet that governs our mental plane. So all of our thoughts are ruled by Mercury, our ideas, how we communicate, and Mercury also governs travel. When planets station retrograde, we just talked about the other 3 planets that are retrograde, the energy moves inwards, and it also goes into all of the RE words. So it's a time of reflection, a time of review, a time of revisiting, and the like. Pretty much any RE word that you can think of, it's a slowdown, right? It's a backwards inner movement. So I encourage you, it can be a time to relax. Greg, absolutely. Absolutely. If you know how to check your chart to see if you have any planets between 22 degrees of Sag and 8 degrees of Capricorn, that might be a nice thing to look at to see if this Mercury will be passing over any of those planets. That could have Mercury asking these energies in your life for a review. So just throwing it out there, if your birthday is between now and the early stages of Capricorn, your sun might be somewhere between 22 of Sag and 8 of Capricorn. And what that would look like is that in your chart, let's say your sun is at, 27 degrees of Sag. Mercury is at 8 degrees of Capricorn right now, and he's going to move backwards, and then he's going to review your light. He's going to review how you shine. He's going to ask you to reconsider how you're shining your light. That's just a quick example. But any planet that Mercury moves backward across, that energy may be asking for a review. Hello, Sweat. Liz, do you have a specific site where I can do that? I'm fairly new to astrology. Awesome, Liz. I use astro.com, A-S-T-R-O. There are plenty of free birth chart websites out there. I just like the way that Astro is. When you first get your chart, you're probably going to have no idea what anything means because that's the boat that I was in a few years ago. So I have a course here on Insight Timer, actually. It's called Astrology 101. So if you want to take Astrology 101, the intention of my course is so that you can have a base understanding of your natal chart. And so you can have just like a base understanding of what it might mean if Mercury retrograde is passing over your Jupiter or your Neptune or whatever. Bonnie, your moon is at 2 degrees of Capricorn, so you're going to have a review period on your emotions, what you need to feel emotionally satisfied. Christine, Mercury in Capricorn, this could be a whole mindset revamp for you. We could talk about that when I see you in a little bit. Greg, I think I have the North Node in Capricorn. Depending, like, this is where I get really specific with astrology because I also have my North Node in Capricorn, but it's way at the end. My North Node's at 22 degrees of Capricorn. So this Mercury retrograde is nowhere near my North Node. So that's why I'm asking you guys to get specific with the actual degree. Sweat, it is 22 of Sag up to 8 of Capricorn. Thanks, Joyce. She says that this course is a great place to start to understand astrology. So this is the 4th time in 2 years that Mercury retrograde has occurred in Capricorn. So you might want to take a moment to reflect on how you've changed the structures in your life over the last 2 years due to your continuous reflection upon them. So 4 times in the last 2 years, Mercury retrograde has asked us in Capricorn to review our boundaries, what we are allowing into our lives or what we're not allowing into our lives. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, a bunch over the last 2 years, has asked us to review our limitations. How far are we willing to push ourselves before we throw in the towel? And this can go both ways, right? Have you figured out that you can push yourself a little bit further? Or maybe have you figured out that you've been pushing yourself way too hard and it's time to back off? I think for me it's the latter. But this is the final Mercury retrograde in Capricorn for now. The next retrograde, I believe, will move back into Sagittarius, but we will not have any more Mercury retrograde phases in Earth signs until 2029. So I just wanted to make note of that because Mercury retrograde in Earth signs, so that would be when it retrogrades through Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, which have been the last few years, it can feel the most disruptive because the earth signs in astrology represent our physical world, the tangible, the material. So the earth signs tend to be the most stubborn when it comes to Mercury retrograde. The earth signs have the hardest and slowest time letting go of patterns, letting go of behaviors, letting go of things. So just know that. If you've been having a rough couple of years of Mercury retrograde, it is coming to an end until 2029 in the earth signs. Diana, my daughter has a Moon-Pluto conjunction at 27 degrees of Sagittarius. Diana, are you aware that the galactic center is at 27 degrees of Sagittarius? So she might have lots of access to galactic wisdom. Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. Diane, great question to reflect on. Yeah, there's more to come. Sweat says Neptune retrograde at 2 Capricorn, Uranus retrograde at 16 Sag. So we're not going to make it all the way back to your Uranus, but Mercury retrograde passing over your Neptune retrograde at 2 degrees of Capricorn. You could be reviewing lots of your illusions. How have you structured your life around your illusions and delusions? There might be some of that coming to light. Sophia, yeah, the period of time for the retrograde, it just started overnight. I don't know what time it is in Germany, but it started around like 1 a.m. Central Time on the 13th, and it will go until January 1st. Word. Carrie, you have your IC at 26 degrees of Sag. Is that Sag or is that Capricorn, my goodness. There's the Mercury. Stop. Courtney says, I posted the wrong podcast audio file this morning, and it was the perfect way to welcome the retrograde. 100%. Yes, yes, yes. Janice says, it's been a brutal couple of years. Looking forward to some relief. We still have one more to go, okay? You don't get to skip over this Mercury retrograde. We still have this one more to go in Capricorn. I just want to, I don't know. So Carrie talked about that IC at 26 degrees. I want to know if that was Sag. Yeah, okay, cool. So 26 degrees of Sag, that means that you might be reviewing what home means to you, what your private life means to you, how you can retreat into yourself. This might be a time of like a big inner discovery, if that makes sense. Just one though, Janice, yeah. Just one more, and then we get a few years off of this Earth Mercury retrograde. Good morning, Debbie. All right, so coming back to this specific Mercury retrograde, again, today, December 13th until January 1st, 8 degrees of Capricorn, back to 22 degrees of Sagittarius. Oh, that's great, Carrie. So we are going to begin reviewing Capricorn, begin reviewing the structures that we've created. And I'm speaking vaguely on purpose because there are so many ways in which we can structure our lives. So I guess I invite you to detach from the actual definition of like what's a structure. Does it have to be a physical structure? No, it can be any way that you put your energy in a box, any way that you stick to a certain plan. It has to go in this order. It has to be these steps. Any place in your life where you may expect a certain sequence of events. Okay, I'll do the school, and then I'll get the job, and then I'll make the money, and then I'll find the partner, and then I'll have the kids. Like, do you have to limit yourself in that way? Reviewing the structure of our lives, have you been not allowing certain things into your life out of fear? Right? That's not for me. I can't take that on. I just can't take that toxic person into my life. I just have to keep the negative vibes away from me. Remember on Monday, and if you didn't watch Mondays, if you weren't here with us on Monday, you can watch the replay on my YouTube channel. Search my name or head into my Insight Timer profile. My link tree is there. You can find my YouTube link. I post all these sessions on my YouTube channel. But do you remember on Monday, we had that Raven card, Master Manifester, with the spider, and the Raven was afraid of the spider, but all the spider wanted to do was help Raven weave the web that it wanted. So just letting you know what you fear the most may be what's trying to help you. And you guys know I love my personal anecdotes. So I had to think about this, and I was thinking, when did I engage with something I feared, and how did it help me? And what I came to was the website Heal Me. It's where I do all my scheduling from. It's been a huge lifesaver. But at that time, whenever I signed up for that, maybe about a year ago, I was working through a lot of like my money stuff, and they reached out to me as a cold call. Actually, an acquaintance referred me to the website. And at the time, there was even some weird energy going on with that person. And so I got this random cold call, text, or voicemail, I can't remember, and they said, hey, this person referenced you. We'd like to talk to you. And I had no idea what the website was. So I could have used my fear and said, wow, I'm feeling weird vibes off of this person who just referred me to this website. They're probably just going to want my money. I probably shouldn't call them. But instead, I was like, all right, I'm just going to ask. I'm just going to see what they have to offer. And it was totally in alignment with everything that I needed at that time. So I could have pushed it away, but I engaged and I was curious. So this Mercury retrograde in Capricorn time might offer you a chance to look at, what am I pushing away out of fear? Maybe engaging with whatever you're afraid of will be where your courage comes from. And that's where your growth comes from. It's facing fears. Mercury retrograde through Capricorn also it offers you a time to reflect on where your boundaries lie. Are some of your boundaries kind of weak? Not tight enough? Are you still doing that people pleaser thing? I'm still working on that. I'm getting a lot better at it, but I'm still working through it. Or do you have some boundaries that are too tight? Do you have some boundaries where you're not letting things in that you actually need because you're trying so hard to protect yourself? The universe always has your back. Bonnie wanted to tell me a story about the universe having her back. I want to hear that soon. But the universe always has your back, right? So anytime that you engage with something you fear, you're always protected. You're always protected. You've already made it through 100% of your worst days. Just saying. And then Mercury retrograde will travel back into Sagittarius on December 23rd. So we have 10 full days of Mercury retrograde through Capricorn. I will have a session on Insight Timer on the 22nd that talks about specifically Mercury retrograde moving back into Sag. We'll talk about that energy much more in depth then, but as a teaser, I'll just let you know. So after we break through our boundaries, review how we're limiting ourselves, Mercury retrograde in Sag asks us to review on how far we've reached for what we want. How much have we actually allowed ourselves to expand? But for now, I advise you to utilize the Mercury retrograde in Capricorn energy because that is in the present tense. That's what's actually happening right now. We can think about, save your brain space. Save your brain space for that later. We'll talk about it on the 22nd, so you know what's to come. But for the next 10 days, I invite you to review the structures you've created or the structures that you're in the process of creating. The limitations you've either placed on yourself or the limitations you may have anticipated, the boundaries that you've set for yourself or the boundaries that you still need to set. So I hope that little explanation of Mercury retrograde gives you a deeper understanding of how you can utilize this reflection energy, this time of review. I love talking about Mercury retrograde because pop culture astrology makes it this big terrifying time. Like, oh my God, you're gonna lose all your emails and your car's gonna break down and no one's gonna be on time for anything. And it's a little bit more possible when Mercury is retrograde, but I've found that I don't know, sometimes weird things happen, like Courtney uploaded the wrong podcast audio, but was that a life-changing event, Deborah's asking about signing legal papers. My thing with Mercury retrograde is that it can be, do whatever you want, right? We all have free will. We all have a path that we have to take, we can't always avoid hardship. If you have to commit to something during Mercury retrograde, my intuition says as long as it was started before Mercury retrograde, everything should be fine. If the details were worked out before Mercury retrograde, it'll be fine. If the details need to be worked out now, just do a double check. Run your eyes over the paper one more time just to make sure. It is discouraged to start new things during Mercury retrograde, to draft up a legal document. But again, if it has to happen, if there are things in your life that have to happen, you have to do it, but just knowing that Mercury is retrograde can allow you the time to double check, triple check, don't go into a anxious spiral, but maybe look over some things once or twice. Fascinating. Just ID'd an unintentional limit I set on receiving income. Yes, Greg, that's huge. There's so many of them. A lot of us have them, and they are buried in our subconscious. They are so programmed in. Your beliefs are just beliefs. Know that. Know that. You're welcome, Deborah. All right, so I've actually been really wanting to use this deck for some time. The other day, my friend sent me pictures of the spread that he did, and this deck was in there, and I was just like, I can't wait for something earthy, because I just want to use angels and ancestors. It's been a while since we've used this deck. I really only use this when we're working with earthy energy. So today we're going to ask angels and ancestors, what is Mercury in Capricorn? What is Mercury retrograde in Capricorn helping us review? And remember, we're reviewing the boundaries, the structures, the limits, any kind of plan, any kind of box. Hi, Jackie. Did you even say hi today, or did I just... You were probably the first one to say hi, weren't you? You've just been quiet today. Just lurking in the background. I'm just kidding. Feel free to send your energy into this deck. I always do group readings, and they are always exactly what we all need to hear. Greg says, 2 months ago I said if I could receive at least X amount, thinking I was being practical, but that created this unintentional limit. Yes, yes, that is what I'm talking about. Limiting yourself to only reaching this standard because this is where you think you'll be happy. Why not open it up bigger and let the universe surprise you? All right, so what is Mercury retrograde in Capricorn helping us review? The way that I do my readings, if this is your first time with me, like I said, they're always group readings. I'm going to allow 3 cards to fall out of the deck for us. And the whole reading is for everyone. However, I like to play intuition games. So I'm going to show you guys the backs of the cards once I have all 3. And you're going to see the same owl medicine wheel image. You're going to see the same thing 3 times. So don't worry about looking with your human eyes. I ask you just to notice if anything changes. Intuition works in such subtle ways. And really, the people who are the most intuitive, they're just most in touch with the present moment. That's really what it is, in my opinion, I guess. So if you get like a chill, or if you sneeze, or if you smell something, or if there's a ringing in your ear, or if a muscle twitches, that could be your body letting you know, hey, that card has a stronger message than the other ones. The universe also speaks to you in the world, you know? So like if Darla moves when I hold up a certain card, like that would tell me that she wants me to listen to that message. You know, a lot of you guys always talk about what your cats do when I hold up a certain card. Yeah, but if nothing changes, your intuition isn't broken. The whole reading for you is for you. The whole reading today is just for you. Hello, Florian. I love these cards too. Today I feel the message will only make sense when I look at all 3 together. Interesting. All right, what is Mercury retrograde in Capricorn helping us review? Here's the back of card number 1. Here's the back of card number 2. And here's the back of card number 3. Let us know in the chat which card or cards are calling to you. Raina says, hi, you don't do Reiki anymore? I'm laughing at that because I haven't done Reiki on Insight Timer in a year, maybe? It's been a really long time, and that's been the part of my business that I'm like, I don't even get down on that anymore. Like, I offer it as a service off of Insight Timer, but I'm not even like, I'm not attracting Reiki clients. I'm not really advertising Reiki, so that's interesting that you asked. Because what is Mercury retrograde in Capricorn helping us review the structure of my offerings, right? Maybe There's another sign that I'm ready to let that one go. It's not that I don't do it, but if I have clients who need it, I'll do it because it's a skill that I have, but I don't want to. Of course, Debbie, I'm going to show them again. I'm just using my space to go off on my tangent. Yes, Jackie, I am still doing donation-based astrology readings. I also do donation-based oracle and tarot readings. I do donation-based Akashic Records readings. Pretty much just spiritual coaching. Whatever you need help with, grab some time with me in my link tree in my Insight Timer profile. Grab a time with me and we'll figure something out. All right, I'll show the cards one more time. Back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Carrie, yes. I don't offer specific types of chart readings. Whatever you need, we figure it out. We make it happen. Diana, that's funny. Sophia, you can read about it on my website, the Akashic Records. I have a client after this. So I gotta limit my own time today. All right, Jackie is working with 2. Bonnie. Bonnie 3, Lori 2, Carrie 3, Sweat 3, Mary Alice 2 and 3, Florian 3, Sandy 2 and 3, Win 2, Christine 3, 1, 2, Greg big hit on 3, Nicole 2, 3. My birds got really quiet. Interesting. Michelle all 3. Jennifer all 3 with 2 being the strongest. Rachel 2 and 3. Joy 1 felt chest pressure. Excuse me. Interesting. Chest pressure, eye belch, just everything's connected. Tracy 1 and 3. Amber 2. Lucy all 3 gave me tingles. Mary 1. April 1. Nicole 1. Michelle all 3. Darlene Marie all 3. Diane 2. Lay. Okay, nothing the first time around, but butterflies, second round, seeing number 2. Cool. I have a butterfly on my sweatshirt. That says good things are coming, and there's a big butterfly in the middle. Emma 2 and 3. Debbie, all each so different. Lovely. Arlene all 3. Deep 3. Debbie 3, 1, 2. Chicago area code. It's a beer. All right, bear with me, guys. This is one of those decks that's not in alphabetical order. So I actually have to look at the table of contents. Cool. Area code 2, funny. Yeah. Liz, I felt each in a different chakra. Lovely. I wonder how the messages will relate to that chakra. 2, 1, 3, Christine, in that order. Deep chills on 2. Very cool. Greg loves Chicago. That makes one of us. All right. What is Mercury retrograde in Capricorn helping us review? Danielle, thank you so much. Or Danelle, thank you so much for your donation. Much appreciated. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, card 1, is helping us review spring energy. See your seeds grow. Embrace the change that is on the horizon. Allow your dreams to become reality. Spring is an exciting time because it has so much potential. Animals are coming out of hibernation, flowers are pushing up through the soil, and the days are getting lighter and brighter. The spring card features a wild hare because in Celtic animal medicine, the hare brings intuition and rebirth. Hares are highly fertile beings, and so their medicine can bring dreams to life. You are ready to bring to life all of your ideas, inspirations, and projects. When this card appears, you are moving into a space that allows you to really grow, expand, and create in a way that you've never done before. There are opportunities for abundance, including financial growth, and if you're starting something new, prepare for a major expansion in your life and soul. When the spring card arrives in the future position of a spread or the last card, it's not the last card. What is Mercury helping us review? I'm not going to read that part because it's not future and it's not the last card. But what is Mercury retrograde in Capricorn helping us review? Your potential. It wants, like Mercury retrograde in Capricorn right now wants you to rethink how you've limited yourself on starting new projects. The potential that's available for you when you do start those new projects. Does that make sense? I feel like this is going to be a time of you removing limitations on yourself, boundaries on yourself, allowing yourself to just try. Because this card, I feel like, is telling us that there's so much potential down there that you've been talking yourself out of. Does that make sense? Yes, here we go, leap of faith. Yes, spring energy is very much new beginning, planting the seed. We also just had that new moon yesterday. And when I talked about it on Monday, I suggested setting an intention to be shown like a wider view of your situation. So perhaps Mercury retrograding can remove the limitations, can remove the constricted pinholed way that you've been viewing whatever situation this is causing you to think about. Whatever project you've been thinking about starting, I feel like this card is saying this Mercury retrograde is going to help you get out of your head about it. Greg says it's intriguing. April, yes, yes, makes loads of sense and exactly where I am with my business. Yeah! Very cool, Greg. Christine, I feel like you had a moon card on Monday about spring. A new start is coming soon. Having a hard time remembering the cards off the top of my head. It was the animal. It was all animal stuff. But the new moon card did come up very recently from Moonology. And if anyone else can help us remember, that'd be great. It's just interesting. Card number 1 did not resonate with me at all, and I have 1,000 projects going. I don't need to start any more projects, so. Card number 2, what is Mercury retrograde in Capricorn helping us review? Who said they saw a butterfly with card number 2? It's the animal guardian. Trust your instincts. Oh, did you see her? She started stretching right when I said animal guardian. I think she's reminding us that she's here for all of us. Trust the powerful animal spirit within to learn more about yourself and your talents. This is also the cover, the main cover card. So the author really, really likes this card. The Animal Guardian is the card that represents the angels of the animal kingdom. Animals are angels of nature who have incredible lessons to offer and medicine that can support you on your spiritual journey and help you survive some of your greatest challenges. When you connect with the energies of animals, you can learn a lot about yourself and the earth. Yeah. You also have instinctive animal energy within that can direct you towards everything you need and more. The Animal Guardian card depicts a tribal angel being held and supported by her animals. She has a love for them, and they have a love for her, demonstrating how incredibly connected nature is with the spiritual realms. Yeah. You have a powerful animal within that can be wild, protective, instinctive, and even calm. Animals don't second guess how they feel, they just express it. And you can learn from that. When this card arises, it's important to connect with how you really feel, how you want to feel, and what you really need. Take the time to connect with your animal energy and express it naturally. Let even the fiercest energy move through you before returning to your natural state. It will teach you a lot about your gifts and how you can grow. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn wants you to review how you've limited your primal being, your primalness. If you want a practical way to channel this energy, go do some ecstatic dance. Put on music, even tribal music. Like, it really feels like listening to tribal music and just letting your body move however you want it to. That can help you physically unlock this animalistic primal nature. This card in relation to Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, I feel like we have limited, like, just everyone. We're in a civilization, you know, we're civilized beings. I kind of don't want to be civilized anymore. I want to be a wild woman in the freaking forest. But we may have limited too much of our connection to nature, because nature is so, it's divine. It's Mother Earth. You always, like, everything that you ever need is in nature. And sometimes that can be hard to grasp because we have this humanistic societal structure programmed into us that holds us back from receiving what we need from nature, thus animals. So to unleash this energy, unlock this energy, you can do the physical movement thing. You can go spend time in nature. I know for most of us, it is now winter. Well, it will be winter next week, and it might be really cold outside. But any way that you can connect with Mother Earth, with nature, this card wants you to get back to your animalistic primal nature. Darlene Marie expanded your business idea this morning. That is wonderful. Christine, I had to look back. That's what it said 6 days ago. A new start is coming. Cool. Nicole, the birds got quiet on this card. Did you guys see how active Darla was that whole time I was reading that? Kerr, I wish I could do a quick recap, but I have a client after this today, so I gotta keep on trucking. But I have this recording, and it will be up on my YouTube channel later today. So just search my name on YouTube, and you can find it. Jennifer, good morning. Hi, Jen. Lucy, I'm with you on wanting to be a wild woman in the forest. Yeah. Lay, whoa, so interesting for me too. Have felt butterflies with this card. On point, thank you. Yeah. Butterfly, animal. That was cool. All right, card number 3. What is Mercury retrograde in Capricorn helping us review? Card number 3 brings our guardian angel. You are not alone. Watch for signs and reminders from your angels and loved ones that they are close by. Remember that they are working hard to guide you. The guardian angel card shows the white feather that has become known as the guardian angel's business card. It's really funny. Whenever a white feather appears in your life, and/or this card appears in a reading, it's a message to say that your guardian angel and ancestor guides are particularly close to you at this time, and they are there to support you with their love. If you have asked for help with a particular situation, know that there is divine intervention in the works. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them in all their past lifetimes and will be there in all lifetimes to come. So know that you are never alone and never will be alone. This card is a huge reminder that there is always help to support, or there is always help and support available to you. Your guardian angel is with you now and is here to aid you in all of your endeavors. In order to fully receive their support, first, ask for it. Then, surrender to the process. Know that whatever unfolds will be for your highest good. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn is helping us review how we've limited ourselves by thinking that it's all up to us, that it all has to happen in the concrete, earthy 3D world. This card is here to tell you that you have etheric support, so much etheric guardian angel support. It's in the ether. It's all around you. Whatever this means to you, guardian angel, whatever energy you feel with that, it never leaves. It's been with your soul since the start of time, and all you have to do is ask for it. Something, just quick tangent, but something that I've been working on lately is asking for clarity on what I actually want so I can start asking for it. A lot of us spend a lot of time focusing on what we don't want, and that doesn't help us get clear on what we do want, because when you can ask specifically for what you want, your guardian angel wants to bring it to you or something better. So what I'm getting from this first deck, we're going to pull one more card from another deck to culminate, but what I'm getting from this first deck, Mercury Retrograde in Capricorn, is first helping us find our animal nature, because it's the primal nature that truly knows what it wants. That animalistic side of you is going to help you know what path to start, what journey to start, what project to start. And along the way, you have support. You've always had support. And in the times where you felt like you didn't have support, sorry to say this, tough love, but maybe you just weren't asking for it. Or you weren't asking for it in the way that they can serve you the best. Your guardian angels as well, they're not able to interfere with your free will. Your free will is like #1 priority in this lifetime. You get to dictate. You're the main character. You get to make it all happen. So if you know what you want, you ask for it and it will come. You don't need to be guilty for asking for what you want. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. Beautiful. Florian got tears on this one. Rachel loves it. Christine been working so much with this energy in the last few weeks. Jennifer, I've been finding several white feathers recently. Always one left at my front door. Oh my gosh, that's great. My guides and angels are my divine board of directors. I love that, Greg. That's funny. Just started a book about this exact thing this week, Nicole. Of course you did. Of course you did, Nicole. Christine, a bird flew in my house last night, and by the time I got it out, it left me several feathers. Aw, that's so cute, Greg. My exact theme for the last few weeks. Debbie needed that. I couldn't stop thinking about, this is my prayer stick. We made these on my retreat that I hosted this March. And look at like all the white. This white feather and the white feather in the middle. These came from my chicken, who I saw being eaten by a hawk. So she's kind of my guardian angel. This is April, and that's really cool. And then these other white feathers, pretty sure these are seagull feathers. I know this one is from the beach in Michigan where we were staying. I'm not sure about this one. It might be. Yeah, that was a nice reminder. That's what I was thinking about that whole time that I was reading that card. Miss April. Greg, I've been noticing more and more lately when I'm cutting off my connection to my guides, usually from thinking. Yep. And then remember to talk to them again. Yeah, it's okay. So that's where that whole like worthiness comes in. Finding your self-worth. Because your angels and your guardians and everything that's not physical in front of you, that it's the thing that works through the physical in front of you, but you have so much love available to you. You have so much support available to you. And if you keep convincing yourself with your mind that you're not worthy of it, if you keep telling yourself that that's too much to ask for, if you keep telling yourself that if I ask for that, that means I'm going to have to work through something hard to get that, that's all just a made-up mind game. What I'm learning is that is the that's the key to life, is getting out of your own head, 100%. Get out of your head and into your heart. What does that even mean? Your animal nature will tell you. Animals don't think, they just work on instinct. and they know what to do because they're not thinking about it, they're just doing it. I also noticed, did you guys notice the sun, moon, and eye in this card? Interesting, because yesterday was a new moon where the sun and moon come together, and here they are. And the eye, it's your guides watching you all the time. Joy, I've always felt like I'm a feather on the breeze, settling, exploring, and taking off again. I love that. What a cool and meaningful creation, Jacqui. Thanks, Trish. Aw, thank you, Sophia. That was years ago. It sucked, but you know, it had a lot of meaning that I didn't realize for a couple years. Bonnie says, my sun and moon are in the same sign, and I picked this card. Yeah, of course you did, Bonnie. Of course you did. All right, we're going to pull one more card, and we're going to use the Sacred Medicine Oracle for this last card. And I'm going to ask, so if you were here early on, you know that I said that Mercury has retrograded through Capricorn 4 times in the last 2 years. So I want to review what has been our biggest Mercury retrograde in Cap win over the last 2 years. What's been the biggest win from these 4 Mercury retrogrades through Capricorn? So feel free to send your energy into this deck. One last message. What has been our biggest win over the 4 Mercury retrogrades through Capricorn over the last 2 years? If you guys have been enjoying today's session, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange, look at the feathers on the deck, Nicole. Yeah, it's like our guardian angels are right here in this deck as well. If you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they're always appreciated, much appreciated. If you haven't followed me yet on Insight Timer, feel free to just hit that follow button so you can see when my next classes are coming up. You can find my YouTube link in my link tree, which is in my Insight Timer bio, because I post all these replays on my YouTube channel. I also, Bonnie helps me. Lots of people help me. Bonnie helps with the card descriptions. She types them into our spiritual community. That's the group that I have here on Insight Timer. You can also find that in my Insight Timer bio. Bonnie, that's why we're doing the in-depth individual studies. Oh, Bonnie. Whenever that new moon in Capricorn is, we're going to have to wait till next year to do yours, Bonnie. Christine and Tracy, thank you guys so much for your donations. All right, the universe wants me to have 2 cards because apparently we had 2 big wins over the last 2 years. And the card on the bottom, so I always read the card on the bottom first. No surprise here. No surprise that it's the eagle feather. Biggest win from the last 4 Mercury retrograde in Capricorn over the last 2 years. Yep, the message is soar. Receiving an eagle feather on our path is the deepest honor. It represents a powerful initiation and message from the spirit world that you are ready to step into your fullest medicine. It's usually gifted to us by an elder, a medicine person, or someone we respect. This card comes forward for you as a gift from your ancestors. It's a blessing that reminds you that you are on the right path. You are birthing your medicine self, integrating all that you have learned in this lifetime, and ready to soar with confidence and pride. It's time to expand, and this card comes forward for you to believe in yourself and your powerful vision. Release your doubts and fears of not being good enough, wise enough, or powerful enough. Eagle Medicine crosses your path today to affirm your greatness. Move through your fears and shine. Release your doubts and fly. Eagle reminds you of your sacred responsibility upon this earth as one who chose to be here at this time. You were given gifts and the ability to create beauty and change in the world. It's time you use what you have been given. You are being called to higher heights and ways forward, your vibration increasing with every intentional movement. Don't look back. The only way forward is toward your greatest visions and dreams. Open your heart to believe, take a leap of faith, and allow the wind to support your wings. Are you crying? If I wasn't reading that and on screen, I'd probably be crying right now. This makes me want to invite you guys to review your last 2 years. I recently, yesterday morning, I just did a whole 2023 review, and my God, have I grown so much this year. It's astonishing, and it's really nice to like look back at all that. So perhaps look over 2022, 2023, and who are you now versus who were you back then? How much were you limiting yourself back then? And how much have you soared? How far have you soared since then? So, wow. Love that. Let's see what you guys are saying. And we have one last card as well, because 2 of them came out. Yes, another feather card. Wow, Sophia, thank you. Nicole, crazy. Christine, oh wow. So this was so needed for me today. No coincidence, Greg. Leap of faith again, Sophia. Goosebumps, so beautiful. Effortlessly flying and soaring high. Jennifer, I came for this perfect message at the perfect time. Danelle, August of 22, I left my job to be completely retired and start my spiritual journey. So you have completely embraced the soar. That's so cool. Kerr, massive soaring since 2022, same. Okay, eagle medicine came into my life when my aunt passed away, and we just took my grandmother to her grave for the first time days ago, and was wondering if I'd see another eagle pop into my life this time. Clearly it has. That's so cool. You're welcome, Gloria. I'm just the messenger. The message came from our guardians, right? Fiona, it sounds like I arrived at the perfect time too. Love it. Hi, Fiona. All right, and we had one more card asking what our biggest win was for Mercury retrograding through Capricorn 4 times in the last 2 years. All of this like drudging through the mud. That's what Mercury retrograde in Earth signs feels like to me. So like, what have we gained from drudging through the mud? This is the last card of the deck, and this one is in alphabetical order. So, or no, it's not. It's actually not in alphabetical order. This is the last card of this deck. So we had the main card, the photo card of this deck, and now we have the final card in Sacred Medicine. So I just like those little things. Biggest win over the last 2 years. Card number 56 comes Star Nations from our ancestors. In our traditional stories, it is said that we come from the stars, and we shall return to them. When our time on this planet is done, we travel to the Star Nations and become part of the beauty of the cosmos. Every night, our relatives and ancestors who have passed on watch down over us, their sparkle bringing light through the darkness. This card brings a message from a loved one who has passed, a relative who meant so much to you. They remind you that while they are no longer present in human form, their spirit lives on in so many ways. See their face in your living relatives and hear the stories they used to tell, now told by younger generations. Watch for their presence in your dreams and listen for their messages in your times of solitude. Your loved ones from the Star Nations are close to you, supporting, guiding, and reconnecting to you. The memories and bonds you shared can never be broken. This feels, and if it resonates with you differently, by all means, follow your intuition. To me, this feels like if someone very important to you left this earth plane within the last 2 years, they are one of your biggest guardian angels. And now they're able to help you in the etheric realm, in the spiritual realm. And they have much more power in that realm. They want to help you start new things and blaze new trails and change the world. This is beautiful. This is just a huge message saying that they had a huge impact on you when they were here, and they have an even bigger impact on you moving forward. Biggest win from the last 4 Mercury retrogrades over the last 2 years in Capricorn is that you gained a new member of the Star Nation who wants to help you through this lifetime. I love that. Okay, the synchronicities. Greg, wow, so much divine support today. 3 cards worth. Sophia, I talked to all 4 of my grandparents this morning, also the ones I never met. Love that. Deep as above, so below. Yes. Is it only related to family members? No, Liz. Anyone important in your life. Could that be an animal, a pet? Yes. Especially with this animal guardian card, 100%. If that's a pet, yes. Chris, beautiful. Janice, I lost a dear friend. Thank you. Kerr, all 4 of my grandparents, and the 5th one passed since 2020. Yes. Spiritual ancestors too. Yeah, just the other day, I have to go, but quick story. When I lost my dad, he actually was, I don't know if it's impolite to laugh about this. I've accepted it. At the time, the whole family wasn't really talking to him, so he passed in his apartment, and then we found him like a week later, over a week later. So that was just a thing. And the day that he actually died, because I figured it out by looking through his phone and I was able to like work out the actual date. So the day that he died, I did the numerology and that added up to a 2. And then the day that he was found, I added up the numerology and that came to a 22 or vice versa, whatever. So the number 222 has always been my dad. Like once I figured that out, 222, that's how dad talks to me. So anytime I see 222, I'm like, all right, dad, thanks, cool, love you. I lost my Aunt Jeannie. You guys know I talked about her forever and ever. Aunt Jeannie lived over 30 years with AIDS. Like the best, positive, joyful, laughing lady ever. She had a crazy, difficult life. Can't even tell you some of the stories. I have a podcast with her if you want. It's all in my link tree. And she just died in July. And just yesterday, I did the math, and her date adds up to a 2 as well. And I have this thing with 2222 that came to me years ago, and now it all came together yesterday. And then here's the star guardians and the guardian angels and this whole thing. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Yeah, stuff happens and stuff changes, but there's always like a deeper meaning. So now I have that, just like they're here together. Like they needed to be together on the other side to support me in my work, because they were both very linked to this type of world. And my living family members are not so much. So yes, while it sucked to lose that part of them in the 3D, I know that they have such a bigger influence on what's happening with my work now. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I am a Capricorn. Does that have influence? Heidi, I'm going to post this replay to my YouTube channel. So I talked about that a little bit in the beginning if you want to watch the replay. Violet, father-in-law passed last week. It looks like he's already sending you some messages. It looks like he's already trying to let you know that he's watching. Courtney, I lost my uncle to addiction 2 years ago. He was the kindest man, and this makes so much sense. Thank you. That was my more specific question, Lay. Okay, cool, Amber. I've asked for a way to know my guides are near. Talk about a clear answer, right? grandfather passed 11/15, same day as his mother. Her birthday was 11/16. Interesting. Interesting. Trish, I love when I realize spirit communication through numbers I see. It's been like, oh, I just love it. I love the numbers. I get so excited with numbers. Kerr, much love. Thank you. Sophia, thank you for sharing. There's always a deeper message in your anecdotes. I'm glad that you see it because I am full of anecdotes and I am out of time. I do have to get going today. I'll be back next Wednesday. And we're going to already be talking about the winter solstice next Wednesday. So enjoy the rest of your Sagittarius season. Enjoy the rest of this mutable fire energy this next week. If you haven't reviewed the year of 2023 yet, I highly encourage you do so. Because, I don't know, I'm always looking for the next thing, and it was so nice to take a pause and reflect on the whole year. Man, it's been a great one. Thank you guys all for being here. I hope to see you on Wednesday. If not, I always post these replays to my YouTube channel. So thank you guys for your energy exchanges, the donations, the comments, the wisdom, the anecdotes on your part. Sharing all is great. So thank you so much. Sending love to all. I'm trying to read the comments as I'm talking to you guys. Sending love to all. Namaste. I will see you guys on Wednesday.